All right. Okay. So, what I'm doing right now, just to kind of, you know, connect with whoever here is in chat. Which I'm not sure a lot of people are here right now, but still, it's important to explain these things and allow people to connect with what I'm doing. So, what I'm doing right now is creating an API gateway for um, connecting to microservices, right? So, for example, the client will call some API, and that API will actually use all of the other microservices and compose the responses from the microservices in order to verify and understand what the API needs to return back to the client, right? So, for example, I'll connect to the API using the React app or whatever. The API will use the account server in order to check where the which user am I. It will create this and the calls to all the other servers. And then basically the client doesn't need to know which servers and which microservices you're calling. You're basically just calling the API gateway. So I'm literally starting from scratch. I don't even have um, uh, an index.js file. So I'm literally starting from scratch, and all I installed was cores and Express. So I'm really, really, really like starting out. Um, and yeah, so what I'm about to kind of start here is um, uh, kind of start and see what I can do. All right, so then I'm gonna add nodule config. And nodule config is a module that I created. And what it does, it allows you to define configuration in environment variables and then have them um, translate to a nice object. You can actually check that out here. So nodule config is something that I created, and it's really really nice to configure nice. I don't even know how to how to define it, but nice structure um, to configuration inside environment variables. What else do I want? So I want jest in order for this. So yarn add dev jest, right? And this will add Darwin is incompatible with the module. Yarn add dash dash dev jest. Is it dash dash dev like this? So just I don't see dev dependencies yet. Package .json. Oh, there it is. Jest. Okay. So jest is here. So I have cores, I have Express, I have nodule config, and I have jest for the dev dependencies. And what else do I need, right? So let's add Lodash because I'm going to need that. What else? So I have cores. I have yarn add exit hook because I want to exit with Control C and I want it to exit from Docker. What else? I don't think I really need more. Maybe lint. Um, yeah. So let's add dash dash dev. I have Axios. Wait, didn't I? Didn't I add Axios? Oh, yes. Thank you for that. Yarn add Axios. I definitely thought I did that already, but yeah. What else do I need? So lint. So let's grab all the linting things, right? So let's grab yarn add dash dash dev eslint, and then the Airbnb base config, and the import plugin for this. And then let's do also just CLI. All right, so let's go ahead and install these. And right, so ESLint, just CLI. So I think that's about it. And I just want to add like a nice little just configuration here. So let's do that here. So this is just here, and we have that. So we have SRC, we have services, node modules, we have dists. Okay, I think for now this is good. So now let's go ahead and create our index.js file. And as you can see, this is literally blank. So I just started out, and I think, let me think here. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this. So we have loader, and loader is to combined object. So to combined object. Okay, so then let's grab this here, and then we'll have a make config and a loader. Cool. So we'll have this configuration, and then let's say that const loader equals to new loader, and then loader dot to combined object, and then right, so this will be a vars, and let's open up a fat arrow, and then const config equals to config maker with the vars, right? And then let's add, oh wait, one thing here. Here's this, so then this, and then dot catch error, and then console.log error. All right, so then if I run this, what do I get? Unexpected token import. Do I need Bubble for this? I have node 8.4. Damn, man, I never know. Node-v. So node 8.4. All right, so node mon. So let's see what we have here. Do I really need Bubble for this? All right, let's see. So node version latest. What's the latest version of node? So 9.2 and 8.9 is LTS. Okay. So it's okay. Brew install node. So I think this will install 891. I'm not sure though, so let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure either. I always forget. Yeah, this gave me reloads and then node dash v. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna need bubble for this. So let's do that. So package.json and then commands or scripts. So let's add a local, which is going to be this. And then I'm going to need to add all of the bubble stuff. So bubble, bubble, bubble. And then let's grab those and take that. And then oops, sorry, I missed that. Oh, I actually don't need that. I need, oh yeah, I just need that. Sorry. All right, so then okay, come on, where am I? Sorry about that. Just 1 second. I'm missing the keyboard here. I don't know why. Why is this? Okay. What the hell is going on? Okay, sorry about that. No. I know I have a comma here. I'm looking to do something. Just 1 second. All right. So then this one is this, and then God damn it. All right. So then. Okay. So then. So Python is going to be all of the microservices are going to be Python. Why is this? You see, like something is not right. Yeah. So what? What is going on? This is crazy. I literally have no idea what's going on. It's like I'm typing one thing on the keyboard, and then it's doing something completely different. It's like I'm typing D and dollar, which is supposed to basically delete the rest of the line, and then it's doing like random things. You see? Like I don't know what is going on. Anyway. What? No, dude, something is wrong. No, no, no. This is not. This is really like something I'm doing so many times that I'm telling you something here is wrong. I'm not trying to take a shortcut. I'm just trying to type things, and it's just not letting me. So anyway, let's. All right. So then here. This is not even a shortcut. I'm like trying to type, and then it's just you see it's like I'm typing D and then dollar. It's not even a shortcut. It's literally the most basic Vim like command, and then it's just not doing what it's supposed to do. You see what I'm saying? So like dollar is not supposed to do this. You see, this is not what it's supposed to do. You see what I'm saying? All right, just 1 second. Got it. No, I don't know. I don't know how many times you've seen this stream, but this is literally something I'm doing every single time, and I'm telling you, like literally, something is wrong right now. It's embarrassingly wrong, but it's wrong. um, you see, it's like. Um, Nano. Oh, that's hardcore. Okay. So then yarn run local should do something. And then nodemon. Do I have nodemon? No. So yarn add dash dash dev nodemon. And then yarn run local. So it should do something. And what did it do? Cannot find module Plato src. Oh, I see. So sr, yeah. Okay. So then make dir dash p src, and then move index.js to src, and then nodemon should at least go and do something. And well, this is not really helpful. So then index.js here. And yeah, this is wrong. And then here, now this, so src index.js. Okay, so then let's run the local again, and unhandled promise rejection. All right, so then here let's do catch, and then console.log error. Okay. So what is going on? Cannot property uppercase. All right. So then this one should be the env, and here we should have export name equals to Plato, and then source.env and yarn run local, and then what is it saying? Config maker. Oh, it's not config maker. It's make config. So now we're getting somewhere. This is running, running, running. Great. So this is now working. All right. So we can do console.log vars, and this should print out nothing, right? So this, and it's printing out nothing, all right? So then this is pretty cool. Okay, cool. So now we have a working something, which is definitely not like a working app, but you know, it's something. So now let's import Express. So we're gonna import Express from Express, and then this is going to be here. So now we are going to create the app, right? So then const setup is going to be compose, and then the compose.
Dad, are you okay if I borrow your phone?
No.
For just playing?
No.
Cause I'm bored.
Okay, go play. Okay. So then let's see. So you know what? Let's not do compose right now. Let's do const app equals to express, and then here we will have app const server equals to app.listen, and then the listen will be config.environment .port and config.environment.ip. What? So actually, let's just do here. Let's just do 8080, and then here let's do 0000. And server.on listening. Is this just an empty promise? Yes, it is. And then exit hook. Well, even before that, let's do console.log server is listening on port 8080. Okay, so then here we should have, oh, I can actually listen on 8080 because I have other things listening on 8080. So let's do 8081. And this should work. And if I go to localhost 8081, we should have something. Okay, so our server is working. However basic, but it's working. So, where do we have this? So where I want to grab the IP and the other things from there. So oh, I see. Okay, so then here let's grab this. Okay, so then this will be config.environment.ip, and then config.environment.ip here, and this should be ports, and then this should be port, and then const port equals config.environment dot port, and then this should be port, and this should be port. And then if I take my .env and I say export Play-Doh environment port equals 8081, and then IP equals to 0000, and I source env again, and then run local, I should get the same thing. All right, so server is listening on port 8081, and IP should be something like IP, right? I don't use this around IP, but port IP here, port IP here, and then this should be just IP. Okay, so then, so server is listening, right? So we have a server listening, and what you can actually see is that the environment is really neatly defined in this environment file. So we have the name called Play-Doh, and then Play-Doh underscore underscore environment underscore underscore port will give us this nice little config. So config.environment.ip and config.environment.port, right? So it's really, really, really nice. What else do we need right now, right? So we need routes. So if we go, let's grab the health route. So let's have a route for health, which is going to be just like healthy. All right, so then let's go and create src routes and index.js, and then make dir-p src and routes, and inside of index.js we're gonna import health from health like so, and then export default this, and then here, and then we're gonna export health like so. Is the term on the right? No, it's a tmux session. So this is Vim, and this is just another terminal. So I can focus on Vim, and I can focus on the terminal, and I can navigate between the two, and I can also split to other to more terminals, and then I can have another Vim session here. Yeah, so it's just tmux and Vim together. Okay. I think, look, I honestly think that these days, if you want to go into programming, into web programming, JavaScript is the language to know. So JavaScript, obviously Node, which is just JavaScript. One second, I'm gonna meet you on the second floor. So yeah, so I think for me the answer is obvious. Again, it's not my favorite language, not even by far, But I think if you want to be a one-trick pony, and you want to go into web development, and you don't want to like learn a lot of languages, I think JavaScript is definitely the one to know, like 100%. Okay, so then let's have src routes and health.js. And then this is going to be export default function. And this should only be, well, I don't even need this. It's request and response, and then response.status is okay, which we're gonna import in a minute, and then .json. And then this is here. Name is. Do we need the config here? Where is the config? So I wanna actually inject the config here. So I wanna make this a middleware. So first let's do to do make this name come from the config. Tie the config to a middleware. And then let's do that. And then name is going to be here. It's going to be Plato, right? And then health is okay. Is going to be true. Let's also have a message, which is going to be okay. And then great. And then from import okay, from HTTP status codes, right? Here, and then yarn add HTTP status codes. Awesome. So yarn run local. And then let's go to our index.js. And then we're going to have this. So import routes from routes. And then let's also import compose. So import compose from Lodash compose. Let me look at Lodash documentation here. Just 1 second. Yeah, so I actually can do that. So then import compose from Lodash. Okay, so then here we'll have setup, which is going to be compose. And compose is going to be routes. And the routes are going to accept the config. And then okay, so then okay, I see. Okay, so then here in routes index, let's export default config, and then this will have the app like so because it's composing, and then app.use health with health. Unexpected token. Yes, indeed. Dum, 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 dum. So then routes config. Yes, this should be here. And then this should be set up and here. And yeah. Lodash compose is not a function. What? Got it. Okay. All right. So where are we now? So cannot read property listen of undefined. So here, obviously, we need to return the app because this is not Ruby. And now if I go here and I go to health, what? Why don't I have health? Why don't I have health? So I have routes, and then the routes accept the config, right? And then I have this, which returns a JSON. So what did I miss? So I have a status OK with the name and everything, and I have it as health, but I get an error. So let's see what the error is. Oh, I see. I still see there is an issue here. No. So we have app, and then we have the setup, and then we have express. We have the environment, and we have health, right? So then why? I have health here and health here. 8081, 8081. Yep. It's telling me that it's not getting there. Why doesn't it do that? So this exports default config in the app, and then this flows right. So setup express. So here the app does that, and then I have the routes here. So console.log setting up routes. Setting up routes, so everything here is okay. And then app.use. Hey, Matrix, M4 Tricks, Matrix. Something is wrong. Oh, God damn it. Got it. Okay. So now I get this. Okay. So then here, this is the health. Okay, so then let's go. Yeah, exactly. So let's do that, and then let's do git commit -m initial commit of the server, replying with health endpoint, and git push. So then this is, and we can exit this, and great. Okay, cool. So then here, I have the routes and I have the health. And what do I want to do now? So let me think. Well, I want the authentication, right? So I want the authentication, and here's how the authentication works, right? So if I go to localhost 8080, you can actually see that, right? So let me go here, inspect element. Let me go to application here and local storage. I'm going to clear the local storage from my authentication. And here is how this works, right? So I'm using Auth0, and Auth0 is just this provider of authentication for apps. It's like a software as a service for authentication, and they provide with all of the functionality of forget password and basically all of that. And now what you can see is once I'm authenticated, if I go to the application and I go to local storage, I have this ID token. And this ID token uses something. So let me show you that, right? So let's go here. Yes, that's what I want. And then just 1 second, and let's go to clients and chat, and then it uses a specific algorithm called RS256, which is a JSON Web Token signature algorithm. Now, why is this algorithm very, very powerful? This algorithm is very powerful because none of the sides needs to know the secret. So all they need to know is the client ID. And if you go to this application and I go to the console, for example, to the network, and I'll go to camino.json, which is just a config file, you'll see that I have this client ID. So really all the kind of app needs to know, all the, the API gateway needs to know is the client ID. So I don't need to deal with storing the secret and like many things like that. And obviously it can verify the signature and everything is good in the world. It's I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that up right now. And what I want is to verify that the user is indeed the user. All right, so system. Okay, so then let's check something. Let's see where helmet gets us. So various HTTP headers. What did this do? So I have like no cache. So the default is basically DNS prefetch, frame guard, powered by, no cache, no sniff, XSS filter. All right, so let's set that up first. But first, let's create a src. Make dir-p src system, and then let's have src system and index.js. All right, and then here let's import helmet from helmet, and then let's add helmet and import cores from cores, and let's sort this. So then we have import what else do I need? Right, so let's have request ID as well. From connect request ID. Okay, so then let's have yarn add connect request ID. And let's sort again. I think it's not sorted. Okay, so then this will be export export default config and then app, and then here and return app, and then app.use, and we'll have cores and helmet and request ID. And when I can type, then everything will be okay. And then first we'll have system here. So then this will be system. So route is going to be system. And okay, so let's see if everything worked. And it did. And what we should see here is if I go to the network and I go to the health, I go to headers, then I should see a request ID. Well, I see the X powered by, which is supposed to be hidden. Okay. So we'll have a system with the config, and this uses cores. Oh, and then here we'll have the app.config equals to config. And then here I can say config.name. So then if I go to health, config is not defined. Oh yeah, because it's app.config. No, but it's not tied to the request actually. Can I do request.app.config.name? No. Okay, so it's still not tied to the name, so this is going to be Play-Doh. Okay, so Play-Doh is back, and then let's go to the network, go to health, and where do I see a request ID? So these are responses. I don't see a request ID, and I still see the X powered by. So helmet didn't really do its thing. Why? Is it really this? I'm not sure. Yeah, so I see a request ID now. Why is this? Why did this matter? Oh, okay. Okay, I know why. Okay. So then we have the system, we have the route, and we have a request ID. We have all of the protections, e-tags, and so on and so forth. So this is pretty cool. No, you mean the nodule? The nodule. Yeah, my God. Okay. All right. So then where was I? So I have routes for the health. I have cores. I have a request ID, which I'm also going to send to the downstream services. And let's think, what else do we need? So, um, I think I think that's enough. Um, I think that's enough. And well, I want the authentication, right? So let's think about the services. What do we need from the services first? Um, where? Why don't I have middleware here? Um, oh, I see. So, um, hmm. I'm looking at the auth0 documentation, um, and it's not really clear on um, how do I validate this. So let's start to give it a try, all right? So then here, um, okay. So let's do, um, I want to think about something here. So, hmm. So what I can do here, for example, is if app.use API slash API slash um, I want to create the middleware for this. All right, so then let's have a function here, login middle or login, just login, and then we have a request, we have a response, and we have a next, right? So then if I have an API user, and I can like respond with the health here again, and then the login is going to be one of the middlewares, and I do next here, right? Um, do I need to return the next? I think so. So let's see. So if I go to slash API slash user, okay. So here, and let's do if false, then return next. So let's see what we have here. So we'll have nothing. Okay. So the app crashes here. Well, it crashes on a syntax issue. So let's do that, and then if I refresh, I still see this. Um, hmm. Um, So why is this? Oh, so so if I return false here, what happens then? Well, it still does that, which is stupid. Um, so how do I halt in a middleware? Um, so how do I halt in a middleware? Um,
How does it see you?
Node.js middleware halts. So I see this express M1, which is request response and next. And then if not, then do, oh, request.connection.destroy. Why would I do that? So let's do that. I don't know. Let's do that. Okay. So I still see that. What am I missing here? What am I missing here? So let's call this. Well, it's not calling it.
I'm sorry.
It's not calling it. Why is it not calling it? Let's see. App.use middleware express.
Just the telephone.
So use, and then you'll have this function, and then this will have a request response and next. Oh, should it be this? Call. Yep. Yep. Okay. Oh. Okay. So it's the order. Got it. So now it will halt, which is what I know should happen. And then if I go here and I do return the next, then it will go back and everything will be calling the middleware. All right. So that here, call the auth 0 authentication, and then verify the JWT sent from the client. Okay. So now, where are we? So let's do that. Okay. So let's go and create modules directory. Okay. You can take it and go play on your bed, okay?
Okay.
Um,
Sorry I was bothering you.
it's okay. Okay, so let me think here for a second. So I kind of lost my train of thought. So let me try and recapture it with some notes. Okay. So then this will be tasks, and let's do that, right? So validate auth0 JWT, and then the application will send a unique token per user. The gateway will need to verify that token based on some params. So what are the params needed? Okay, so we definitely need the client ID. So let's go ahead and already kind of do that. So let's go to env here, and we'll have Plato, and then this will be auth0, and we'll have a client ID. Okay. Working. Okay. So I have this auth0 client ID, which for now is just going to be this, but we can grab this from the client settings here, the client ID. Okay, so the client ID is not a secret; it's just the ID. And then we have let me think. Okay, so then so here so do I need I think I need to generate a public key that is signed. But I'm not 100% sure. All right, so let's grab something. I'm not really sure it's worth the effort. So Syrian X is asking, have you tried a GraphQL server as an API gateway to combine microservices? Yes, I have. Our main API gateway at the company that I work for is a GraphQL API gateway, and it combined all of our microservices into one. Okay. So I'm thinking, is it worth the effort to generate the public key or not? So let's take this and let's see what they have here. So they have this node JWKeys, elaborate to retrieve RSA public keys from a JSON web key set endpoint. So let's see. So this is the client, and then this is the ID, and then this will give you some caching. So I don't know, I'm split on this, to be honest. Let me check something. Um, 1 second. Oh, so I see what the issue is. So here, I have two options, either RS256 or HS256. So if I go with RS256, then I need to go with the public key. And if I go with the H256, then the application needs to hold the secret, obviously to store it and to hold it. And if I go with the public key option, then what do I need to do? So let me check here. I'm looking at some documentation. And I don't see where it's being requested. So I'm seeing this, I'm seeing hex, a module. Oh, I see a read file. In the path. Yeah, I see that. Okay. Yeah, so I need to generate those keys. So where do I generate those keys? So do I need a certificate? Is this what I need? I don't really want that. And if I go to this dot well known, or is it well underscore known? Yeah, it's well known here. Okay, so I see this. And this is the key. Okay. All right, I see the issue. Okay, so then here it is. So I essentially have two options. So option one is this. So load the key from the URL, cache the key on app load, and only use it and only use the cached version to sign or decrypt. The second option will be to manually curl wget the secret. Well, it's not a secret; it's a key from the known endpoint. Once I have it, then once I have it, load it in the app. All right. So then those are really the two options that I have, and this is what this is being used for. So this will tell you, hey, go download this and generate it and do whatever you want. And okay. Um, okay. I get it now. So by the way, people that are in the chat right now, how many people do we have live? Um, I don't know how many people. How many people do we have live? Who is here for the first time? Um, who's here for the first time? Respond. Oh yeah, I pinged you back, Toby. I pinged you back like earlier today. Um, so people that are here for the first time, welcome. Much appreciated that you're here. If you enjoy the content, then please hit the follow button. Um, no, it's okay. What I'm saying is I just pinged you back. I didn't forget you. I pinged you back. I was ready to answer your questions, but you weren't there. Um, okay, so what do we want? Okay, so here's what we want. So we are going to take this here, and then we are going to do something like that. Okay, so then let's take this. We are going to make dir-p, and we're going to say src modules keys. And then we are going to curl-o, and then we are going to curl this into where? So we're gonna curl this into src. Wait, curl -o, and then let's move jwks.json to okay, so Chris is asking, let's try and help Chris. Chris is asking in the chat, so his post, his or hers, I'm sorry if I'm making an assumption, are not oh, wait, first of all, I missed a follow. Let me go back to that. Just 1 second. I missed a follow, and I don't know why I didn't see the notification. Where are my notifications? So Robin, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Okay, so what happens is, and again, I don't know what's the what post isn't, but are you calling the post from a client? Are you calling the post from curl, from wget? Where are you calling the post from? There is no way it doesn't respond. What happens is when you send a post from a client, it will first call options. And that options is completely transparent to the JavaScript application. You don't even know it's happening, but it always does that. So when you call post, how do you call post? Do you call it with like curl wget, with like postman? What do you do? What do you how do you call post? Okay, so here. So let's move jwks.json to src modules keys and use jumpy. Yeah. So you're calling from Axios in your Vue.js app. Exactly. So your get request does work, and your post requests don't. And this happens because what happens. How do I show you that easily? How do I show you that easily? Um, I'm not sure I can. So open the console like here, right? And inside of the console, what you'll see is an error saying probably course header couldn't post because it's not on the same domain. And what happens is that, let's say that your client client side is on HTTP localhost localhost 8080, and server side is on herokuapp.com. What happens is that localhost 8080 can get from anywhere. So most of the time, right? So, but localhost 8080 by default can only post to localhost 8080. And what you'll see is this: when you create, even if you add the course package, then you'll need to see what the course package is returning. And again, open the console and look what it's doing. But when you post from localhost 8080, you call a post to like http www like google.com. Then what will happen is that by default it will call options first, and that options will return something like this. So if we go to localhost 8081 and we'll go here, then in the console, let's go to the network, let's go here, and then here it should return like what type of domains are allowed, like here. Okay, by default it will return nothing, and then by default it's closed. Even if Express serves the HTML, open up the console and see what's going on. If you give the console and you see the options pre-flight and you don't see the post, then that means the option failed. So open the console, look at the network, and then you're gonna see that. So then here, let's see where we're at. So if I go to Camino.json here, then this is our key. Yeah. So the options is a pre-flight. Yeah, it's okay. Just because you have that doesn't mean anything. So mvjw here to src modules keys and then dot key. So then let's see, use jumpy auth. Oh, well, that's not what I actually. Okay, so let's do that. And then use jumpy auth0com. We'll have this as the key. Okay, cool. So this is what I'm ending up with. So now, and let's create src modules keys, and let's have a loader.js here. How many times are you using Vim as your main editor? What do you mean? What do you mean how many times? Um, so export default function loader. So this will load the key. Okay. So what do we need? Let's see what we need. Okay. So then we went with this. So I manually curled, and then I don't really need that. So then the application will send you a unique token. I said that. The gate will verify. Blah blah blah. That's okay. All of this is irrelevant. Okay. Oh, it's okay. How long? I guess about 5 years, maybe. Um, so what do I need? So I need to load the key. I need to parse this key. And then I need to sign it with a PEM. So I need to generate the PEM on the fly. Okay. All right. So then here. Okay. So then let's do that. So we are going to import read file. Is it read file sync? Like so? Yes, it is. From FS. And I think it's a module. So this is a read file sync like so. And then we're going to import memoirs from Lodash. All right. And then what do we need to do? So const path. So this will grab the config. Okay, so this will have the config. And the path will be config.auth0.domain. And let's go to env. And we'll have a domain. And the domain is this usejumpy auth0.com. And we can save and exit this. So this will be the domain. And let's do that. And then this will be .key. And it will be, yeah, here. So this will be that. And then content will be memoirs of read file sync and then the path. So let's parse this as a JSON. And then let's just do console.log content. Okay. So now here in our routes, let's import the loader from this is modules keys loader. And then here we'll have a loader, but this doesn't have a config. So let's call the loader config like so. Okay. Cannot find module keys loader. So src, and then this is modules, keys, and loader. What? Import. So this is in routes, and this is in modules, keys, and then loader. So why isn't this loading? Where is it even trying to load this from? You have a typo? Yeah, I do. I do, thank you. Now I don't. Oh, now, okay, I don't have a domain. So let's do that and source.env and then run local and no such directory, use jumpy auth0 dot com dot key. All right, so then this shouldn't be here, should be there. And use jumpy.auth0.com.key. Why isn't this working? So then this should be here. Okay. So no such file directory, use jumpy.auth0.com.key. src modules keys. So I have that. So why isn't it letting me load it? I see. So then this is here, and this should be modules, or should be src also. Let's check. Modules, keys. Yeah, okay, but I don't want that. So node load file from current dir. I think there is a path.join or dir name. Yeah, it's like path.resolve. Yeah. Okay, so then here, and where is path coming from? Do I need to import path? Okay. Import path from path. And then file path equals to path.resolve. And then this will be this key. Okay, so then this, and then this will be file path. Okay, so now I have that, and this is loading the content of the file and memorizing it. Now, what I need so let's look at this file here. So we have this auth0 key. We're loading the keys. And now we need to generate the sign-in secret from this. So let me think. I don't know who that was, but I'll see that in a second. Okay. Come on. Gamer Dad 23, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. So there should be a parameter called kid. And I do see this kid. And this kid should be the same as the client ID. And it's not. Well, no, it shouldn't actually. And all right. So I will actually have to go. I have kids calling. I hope I'll be back later. But if not, then go ahead and join the Discord. And I'll catch you later.